Hey everybody, it's Adam from Encounter Wargaming, and today we are going to do an unbox, review, and build for the Kopta Landing Pad from Tabletop Scenics. Let's jump in. So this Kopta Landing Pad is quite an enormous piece of terrain, as I've been told. And it comes out from Tabletop Scenics as part of their Orkenburg line, which they've been expanding all throughout Orktober. And so we've just received a little bit more of it. We had the Freak Tower, as you saw. We did the Troop Transmitter, which has been out actually for a while, but the Freak Tower was new. And now this is the new Kopta Landing Pad. And it looks pretty cool. Like, this is a centerpiece piece of terrain. So it's basically just this huge bastion type structure with this big cool stairwell going up the side, room to land a full 40K flyer on top, as well as just blocking big line of sight in there. And so in this video, what I'm going to teach you guys is I'm going to do a review of the basics of building MDF terrain. Okay, as well as go step by step through this, and then at the very end of the video, okay, so if you don't need to know step by step how to build this with all the troubleshooting and crazy stuff that goes on in the middle, skip to the end of the video where I will do a review, size comparison, as well as in that size comparison I'll put models on top of it so you can really see what it's like. But I'll compare it to other terrain as well as other models, and just give my opinions on how well I think it's going to fit into 8th edition 40K. So there you go. That is what we're going to do this video. Let's lay out, open this thing up, talk about the frames, and start building. So here is the Kopta Landing Pad kit. Now every pack comes wrapped in plastic. I was so hasty and I was so excited to take it off, I just ripped it open. But there is a very important tip when it comes to making MDF terrain that comes along with the plastic wrap. Because the plastic wrap, it's tempting just to gouge it open, right? So just come in on the side, take your knife, and graze it down so you don't leave a gouge in any of the detail on the nice MDF plates right underneath. So there you go. Quick tip number one. And now let's just take a look at these kits. So all of the panels are lettered and numbered, okay? So very easy to follow along with as you're building. They're generally in the instructions go one panel at a time. And you can just see here, there's just so much detail on all this. See the variety in the different types of metal plates that are all over this thing. So great, so orky, very cool. Different types of scaffolding structures. Like, oh, these kits are amazing. These guys really are at the top of the game for premium MDF kits. There's other companies, of course, out there that do like in bulk for a decent price, but if you want good looking terrain that's very detailed, man, this MDF terrain is hard to beat. It literally, what, from A to Q, I don't know, what's that, 20 frames, 18 frames? That's a lot of stuff. Like, and even to like put all this stuff in, right? Because this stuff all takes time for the laser to go through. So these guys are adding time, which is they're adding value every time they do little detail. All these little rivets, it adds time for the laser to cut, right? So this is no joke. And then especially for your laser to cut at this fine detail. Okay, let's get it right up close. For the laser to cut at that fine detail is tough, right? So you need a really good laser, really expensive laser. So these guys don't mess around. High quality stuff. And they don't pay us to do these. They just give us some free stuff every once in a while. Now this might be part of the reason there's so many frames is there's a lot of these big pieces like this, and so that may inflate the size of this thing. But guys, that's all cost to these guys. So I don't know how much this costs. Maybe I'll look it up in the in between. But you know, you're getting great value here. So very cool, big pieces, big scaffolding structures, amazing. So you get the idea, right? There's just, you know, 18 or 20 of these, great detail. Let's really get in there and start building. So let's collect all our stuff. We're gonna need our hobby knife. We're gonna need some glue. We're gonna need a damp paper towel to start us off. So let's go collect those things, and we'll be right back. And we are back. So of course, first thing with MDF is it's very dusty from the laser cutting process, right? And so I actually just have a jug of water right here off to the side. I got my paper towel, and I'm just gonna get it damp, right? And what you're gonna do is just a quick dab, right, to get all that dust off. So ready? Let's just do one of these, front and back. And you can see just one of them, that's a lot of dust coming off, right? So a lot of particulate bits here that'll get in the way of your glue and your paint. And so you just want that off to help everything stick, adhere better to all this wood, right? Oh man, it's so much dust. So it's just a part of the process. You gotta do this with any MDF kit, and it takes, just a couple seconds per sheet. Just go through, do the whole kit real quick. And there you go. So go through, do the whole stack. Okay, very easy. Get the whole stack clean of all the dust, and we'll be right back. And so we're done cleaning those all off, and it's revealed the instructions. And so guys, these guys make great instructions, which are available online right here. And they give some, some advice for how to glue these together. And how to paint them and stuff like that, which is great. And so here we go. So what I want to show you guys is just how great these instructions are, right? So these guys really take the time in. They're all color coded, step by step, very detailed in their process, with the legend to tell you like different things about it. And so yeah, so the kits are really great. And because they're so detailed, there's a little more going on here, and so having this very detailed step-by-step process is very helpful. So there you go. Great little instructions. I'm just going to have this off to the side, and I'm basically going to go through this. So if you want to skip ahead, if you don't need the step-by-step, you want to skip ahead for the review, the size comparison at the end, feel free to just skip towards the end of the video, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the end of the video, and you can just see the finished product. But for those of you who need some help building, when I run into tricky spots or I'm unsure what to do, or the instructions seem a little bit unclear, I always point them out and stuff, so this will be helpful for you guys to follow along if you're building. So there you go. So let's jump in and get this puppy started. Okay, so I'm gonna start off very slow, just kind of giving you a little quick tips and pointers along the way. So first off, the way MDF kits work is this sheet of wood here is blank, and a little laser comes around and bzz, 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 right? And so basically this constant stream. And so for piece number 1A, right? So we're on frame A, and look for piece number 1, which is this big guy. And you're looking for the little spots where the laser stopped, right? And you just kind of nick that little piece of wood right there and kind of open up that piece. Once you get all these spots, then the piece should really just kind of fall out of the frame. Oh, so we got one. There we go. Sweet. So there you go. And then we'll get the inside. Just pop. Look for all these. Pop. I just put a fresh blade on today to make my life easy. But these things are so small, you can really just force them out. Pretty simple. All right. Oh, one more. Okay. No. Okay, there you go. So there's your first piece, right? So we can lay that out. Now we're cutting out pieces 1 to 6 on frame A. So why don't you go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. We'll show you how to assemble them. So that's how you cut them out. Oh, one last thing real quick is then for most pieces, you'll also want to, number one, especially for these little detail bits, right? You want to poke out all this stuff, okay? You get little bits all over your work desk, so you do have to go ahead and clean them up, but you want all this stuff out, because sometimes these little details here, the lasers cut them. They're not attached by anything, but the detail is so small that it's like stuck in there a little bit, like its own weight isn't enough to get it out. So it just needs a little bit of encouragement to just push it through. And then there you go, right? So all those little bits are out of there now, and they're just all over my desk, so you kind of come along and just gather all those bits up, and you just chuck them in the trash right next to you. Okay, so then there you go. So the last thing you would do then also for a lot of the pieces that have say the little nub left over is you would just like you would for removing a mold line, you just trim that up real quick, okay? Now, so it's not essentially necessary for all the pieces, because look, like some are on the inside, which you'll never see it, so you don't really need to clean it, but some are on the outside. You'll definitely want to clean all of those. So there you go. So cut out pieces 1 to 6. We'll be right back and we'll talk about how to build them. Okay, here we are. I've cut out a whole bunch of pieces actually, but yeah, you can just start kind of going in order here, just gluing panels in. So this is piece number 2 over here. They're all cleaned up, ready for glue. Yeah, so here we go. I got my super glue. You can use like PVA glue or wood glue or something like that, but I like this though. It's nice and thick. It'll set quick and help me get through this video a little bit faster for you guys. And all right, so 2, yeah, okay. So we're gonna do. You always want to dry fit, right? So I've dry fit most of these pieces. And that just means like putting it in place where it's going to go before you glue it, you know. And so you get all these nice glue edges right here. Just throw some glue down, and then I'm just going to, in advance, put some glue down here as well and across here, so that actually all 3 of these pieces can kind of go in at the same time. Now the one thing that's always seems tricky to me to figure out is which side sticks out, the burnt side or the not burnt side. And you kind of always got to compare the picture to the way the details are showing on the actual piece. And so to me, it seems like actually that this piece is going burnt side in comparison to the picture, but not really sure. All these, the rest of them seem to be burnt side out, but okay, so kind of get some glue all over it, and some glue on the seam edge here. And because this is nice, thick cyano super glue, hopefully it'll, the thickness of it will do a little bit of work for me. Actually, what helps sometimes too, because I'm actually unsure about piece number 2, its orientation. You can actually go ahead and check in on the step in which the outer layer piece goes on top of it. So let's see if I can find that step. Piece 45D doesn't look like it matters too much, but it definitely looks to be burnt side goes towards the inside here. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, and then yeah, so we got this guy with all the cogs and wheels on it. I cut a couple of extra pieces. So cogs and wheels bits goes this one towards this guy. So that's burnt side out. Beauties. See what I mean? Like all of them are burnt side out except for 2A, you know? And you really gotta, like, it's hard, it's easy to miss that. And sometimes it really matters and sometimes it really doesn't, and it's hard to know. So you really gotta, if you're really unsure, sometimes you gotta check. But hopefully, you know, that most of the time that it doesn't matter, you're safe. This piece looks like everything's symmetrical. Put it on thick where it joins at the corner. Okay, so stuff like that, right? So you just plug away, plug away, plug away. Okay, now we got this little doorway, and now there's going to be a bunch of pieces like this where they just build up in layers. Okay, so I'll do this one for you. And then essentially anything that builds up in layers, unless there's something really tricky about it, I won't really bother too much about it. So we'll take one of the pieces, right? and you just kind of get some glue on it. And then the neat thing is these guys have given you this nice laser outline right here, okay? So you take this guy, line it up perfectly with that outline. Okay, it's more of a guide for you for assembly than it is anything functional. Okay, and you got your little handle, very cool. Okay, stick that handle in there. Beauties. Okay, so now you just get some glue. This outside bit right here, and stick it in there. And this nice little detailed doorway right there. Cool. So you see this piece here has this little open bit, and then this detail goes kind of on that side to give some grading. All this stuff, like the reason there's different layers, and the reason they don't just have like this piece detailed in there is just to add depth and dynamics to a piece like this. Right, so having them set back, you know, by 2 millimeters or whatever this is, really adds some depth to it, which is really great. Okay, so there you go. So you can go ahead, stick all 3 of these circles in there, and then you have this door bit here, which is really sweet, which has, you know, kind of sticks out a little bit. These kind of door bits right here. So very, very, very cool. There's a whole bunch of pieces. This is cutting up to, I think, 18 on frame A. And the this is 14 from frame B for the actual doorway itself. And so that can go on really easily. Right, we'll just put glue down the sides. And just take our chance, get a little glue on the top half bit there. Ooh. Okay, and had a little extra here, so I'm really gonna see if I can make use of it. Okay, great. Cool, so we got this piece here. This piece here, all which stick on the sides. Okay. Okay, and then we got these little bits here. Let's just stick some glue here and here. Beauties. Make sure the laser cut side is out. One, two. Brilliant. And then a big top piece here. There it is. Okay, cool. Right, so you can see already starting to add some depth there with a neat little doorway. Okay, so glue these on, and then we'll move on to the next step. I'm also gonna glue these bits on. Actually, this doesn't come on till later. And neither did, I don't know where this guy comes in. It actually wasn't numbered, so we'll see. So kind of save these 2 off to the side, glue these circles in, cut out the rest of the bits for the next few steps, and we'll get on our way. Here's all the stuff laid out for the next step, and it's just a bunch more walls to put up, right? So go ahead, same process as before. I've already put on the multi-layered bits as I said I would. So go ahead, lay out the entire wall, and then what we're going to do is actually start laying extra finishing bits, because they're all a little bit flat, right, on some spots. So there's another set of layers that one adds depth, but also is like a finishing layer. So these are like structural layers. Finishing layers add detail to all these. So there you go. So just go ahead, finish adding all the walls, and we'll be right back with the finishing layer pieces. All right, so I've literally cut all the finishing pieces for all the way around, and so they're super easy to put on. You just have to, just take your glue, slap a little glue on some of them bits, and just fix it right in there. Now, oh, there's one more bit that needs to get punched out of this one. Cool. It's actually easier to see those on the other side. Oh, there it is. Fits right in. But actually, there you go. There's a good little tip. I suggest putting this door piece in before the side pieces. Side pieces can kind of go on top of that to hold it in place. All right. And then you just go all the way around, just glue all these finishing pieces in. It's super easy. There's another bit needs to get pushed out. It's easier to see them from the blank side. All right, so go ahead, have fun with that. Glue in those all the way around, and I'll be right back. And so here we go. I want to show you just what it looks like after the finishing pieces are laid on. So very, very cool. A lot of detail all the way around. Very, very neat. All right, so let's go ahead and cut out all the next pieces for the next step. Okay, so what I've done is got out and cut out multiple bits that are kind of all one little piece in a sub-assembly. And so these are fairly common for these Cromlech kits, where you have this kind of spherical structure. Now, it takes a lot of bits to make something a circle out of flat pieces, and so that's why you see a whole bunch of little pieces, and they're all just labeled as, like, you know, all these pieces are 39 together, and they go with these other bits here to kind of make one little sub-assembly. So all right, so let's work on those. And then I also have these two little bits that aren't numbered. They're just extra bits on your kit, it seems, that make a simple little spike that can be glued on kind of anywhere on this structure later. So you just kind of take some glue, shove in the bit, and stick it in the hole there. And then this becomes a spike on a base that you can kind of glue anywhere on this structure later. So there's two of those. So you can, as you find them, just glue them together, stick them off to the side. And there's also, I've noticed, unnumbered armor bits. Later on, you can probably glue on anywhere you like as well, anywhere you see flat bits or anything like that. So let's glue together one of these circle assemblies and see how that works. Oh, also, by the way, this bit right here goes onto the stair bit. So you can go ahead. Well, let's just do it right now. Just kind of glue it on there. Okie dokie. Too easy, right? All right, so now let's get one of these circle bits together. Now it really starts with the base of it being this little T shape. And so we'll just get some glue on either side of that. All right, and then what we're going to do is get a bunch of glue on either side of that. Okay, for these cog bits. We'll just stick those together. Like I said, this is a pretty standard process for making circular shapes out of MDF. Okay, and then what I'll do is kind of hold them by the tops, and I'll just stick glue in all the gaps, top and bottom. And just spin around, just dabbing glue in all of the gaps. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to take the these bits and just start one side at a time, sticking them on, getting them in there. Now this, of course, is how you get glue just absolutely all over your fingers. But hey, that's part of the fun of it, isn't it? Sweet. All the way around. Go on there. Sweet. And I just noticed that I'm actually building this one backwards the wrong way. So if you actually, instead of what I'm doing, I start at the back end, I start at the right and work left. If you start at the left of your pile and work right, then all the little detail lines on it will actually line up, whereas mine are all jagged right now. Oops. Oh, so you can now learn from my mistake. I'm probably just going to leave it. It's still going to look orky. It's going to be at the bottom of this thing, so not as concerned. But if you want to do it right, go right to left. I'll have my chance to redeem myself on this one. This one's exactly the same idea, except with one extra little bit that glues on top to kind of be this like fan juncture right here. So there you go. Okay, so go ahead and put the other one together, put your other spike together, and we'll be right back. All right, there we go. So these are all assembled. What we can do now is just glue them in, and I've also gone ahead and I've pre-cut out the next step, which is it's actually two pieces for the floor. So first things first, we'll just dry fit these bad boys. There they go, right in there. And it's so cool of them to have the foresight to just keep the grading in behind, so when you look in, you see both layers of depth on these. Amazing, right? That's why these guys are the best. All right, so get our glue. Glue these in. Just put a little bit of glue around the outside edge on each of these. Too easy. All right. Okay, now let's get to the serious business. This roof piece. Okay, so it's actually two pieces, yeah, and definitely dry fit the heck out of this thing so you know what's going on. Yeah, should be pretty easy. Let's get our glue out and just go over the top edge, giving a pretty generous amount of glue all the way around. Okay. Great. And then there's a whole bunch of little holes here. You're just going to have to figure out where exactly you need to go to attach this puppy in there. And so hopefully you can get it fairly easily. Seems like I lined it up correctly, which is awesome. And because I've dry fit it just pops right in, and then you can use the other piece. You can use, you know, these areas like here and here to help line up your second piece as well. Just pop. This corner is the toughest because there's a lot of, this corner here is because there's a lot of turns. But there you go. All right, so that's that step. Now next step is going to be to start building up the second layer, because this thing is huge. We're actually going to have to zoom out. I'm probably going to have to change the camera, get the camera all weird, because yeah, we're going up the levels, folks. So let's pull out the walls for the next level and keep going. All right, great. So we've got all of the top floor cut out, laid out, and ready to go. I've done all of the layering, so bits like the fans and the grates, I've already glued them in their layers, so they are fully, excuse me, ready to go. There's plenty of these cool little door pieces and stuff, so just get all those sub-assemblies done, glue them to the walls, lay them out, and now you can just go nuts just gluing the whole thing around. Also laying glue down the side edges as well, so that they don't just glue to the floor, but they also glue to each other all the way around. Very cool. And then right after that, we can go ahead and cut out all of the surface paneling so that it has pretty texture like the floor below. So guys, go ahead, do that, glue it all together, and man, this is actually going by really quickly. I mean, it's building up really quickly, which is nice. So it's not a lot of work so far, and the work that we are doing is pretty simple, but we're getting a big, substantial piece of terrain out of it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's keep building and get to it. Okie dokie. So we're coming in for another one of these doorways. I actually didn't cut out all the finishing pieces. I want to just focus on this doorway real quick, and so let's get it done. So basically it's the same construction as the doorway on the bottom floor. Okay, so it's another piece to push out on this. Again, looking from the back side gave me the right angle to be able to see that. I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. Okay, so again, like I said, same engineering style right here. With these parts, I'm actually going to get this piece in right now. A little help with the top pieces. Okay, so a little bit tricky, but let's get it lined up. Just get it in there. Cool. Kind of got super glue all over here. Just kind of wipe it a little bit, but you know, it's an orc building, so it can be a little bit glue streaky. Okay. Glue across here, and then I will preemptively put some glue on those sides. All right, now the tricky part. There we are. Cool. Now I'm just going to slather some glue for these two little bits here. All right. One and two. Whoa, there we go. All right, so there's that door, and may as well put the finishing piece on the door as well. And I got some more detail to add onto the gate on top of that. Okay. Get some glue all over there. And sticker on. Ooh. Wow, too easy. Love this cracked effect around here. Looks very cool. Now there's just some pieces to make this door look really slick. All right. Love these extra layers of detail right here. Again, this is what makes these kits, man. This is what separates these guys from the rest. All these layers and layers and layers of detail that add up to just make a really sweet looking piece. Okay. There's that. Amazing. Oh, looks so good. Okay, so now let's pull out the finishing pieces and just glue all those on. So the finishing bits are ready to rock and or roll. So stick some glue on, do them up real quick. There's one of them that I have a special note for, but yeah, other than that one, and I'll show you when we get there. It's just as simple as gluing them on, guys. Take that glue, slather it up, and get those pieces on. Simple, simple, easy peasy. But it's looking cool. It's looking cool already. I mean, like I said, 8th edition terrain's pretty simple in its requirements right now. Just some big boxes, things that block line of sight. And I think this will do the trick. Don't you think? All right. Beautiful. So the one I have notes on is coming up soon. I'll do that one, and then I'll just let you do the rest on your own. But it really, oh man, look at this. It just comes together once you start going, eh? There's a couple pieces to be pushed out. Oh, so much texture. Looks so good. This one is super cool. Oh, right. There's actually, I forgot about the note for this too. I think it was this piece as well. That's it's labeled 92 on the frame, but it's actually 93. So just go by the picture of the crosshatch spanners. That's how you're gonna be able to tell, because I think it's misnumbered. Tabletop Scenics guys, I think, watch all these, so they'll catch that note, and they'll probably fix it for future prints. But for now, if you're watching this, yeah, just look at the picture for that one, because it's just mislabeled is all. Okay, so now we're at the one. Okay, with the note, and that it's just one of the ones that has some extra layers on it. Okay, so pretty simple stuff for part of it. Right. So the first one is just layering. But then I think what we're going to do for the next one is actually put it on and then layer up the bits. Okay. So step number 1, layer the top half. That'll just make it a little bit easier. Step number 2, let's glue it on. Okay. So we'll just take this down for a second. Now I do notice I actually, while that glue is still fresh, before I do something else, I'm going to glue this one on, make sure it still fits on. Because I just noticed it may kind of go underneath this a little bit. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. Great. Okay. So then you have these 3 circles here. One of them has the laser cut edge, so this one obviously goes on top. But these 3 are going to layer up and slot in there together. Now the reason I wanted to do it separately is because actually all 3 fit inside, so I didn't want to put it on first, just in case, you know? Alrighty. There goes that. Just off camera, wiping the glue kind of off the outside. Beauties. There it goes. Cool. Some extra little texture on that, which is nice. And oh yeah, there's one more of those. So then you have 3 of these that go just in that window right there. So they're all the same. They're just flat. There's no laser bit, so no special notes there. Just do the same thing. Other than that, you can glue on the rest of the finishing pieces, and we'll be right back. Quick note on this corner bit right here, and especially with the one with the door. Put the one with the door on first, because it needs to slot right into the corner. Okay. and then the other one can go on top. And so it slots right in the corner. Also slots underneath this this big door frame one. Okay. And then this guy goes on top. This cool star pattern. This like cracked broken metal look. Alright. Sweet. That help lines that up all nicely. Beauties. Okay, so there's that. Now, just want to show you what it's looking like so far. So now you got this sweet, very textured, very detailed looking orc edifice to a massive building. Amazing. Very cool. All right, so let's start cutting out the bits for the next step. Okay, there is a lot going on here. We finally reached the top level. As you can see, there's the bottom level, and this top piece is huge. It's actually 3 massive pieces, okay? So I'm slowly going to take it apart. And lay it on the sides because we got some assembling to do here, okay? So this piece is actually a bunch of pieces, so let's see if I can get it right here. So we're going to start by gluing these 2 pieces together, okay? Because what they do is this one just adds some cracks and touches and seals up this one, okay? So let's get our glue going here. Okay. And I just want to get it so that corner of this just covers that edge over there. It's fully sealed on all the sides. Okay. So those 2 go. And then I'm just going to get a ring of glue all around the outside of this. Okay. Beautiful. Because then this guy glues right underneath this guy right here. Try and line up that laser line. Perfect. Okay. And now the final piece goes on top. Very simple. Not too much work there. You know, simple, few little pieces, but adds, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of depth onto this thing. Beautiful. Okay. Now, there's another piece, so we'll just set this aside to dry real quick. There's another piece like similar to that. This guy right here. And now this one, let's see, how exactly does this go? Well, this goes here like that for sure. Okay. And then somehow this goes on. Now let's see if I can logic this out. I bet it's something. Nope. Okay, well, tell you what we do. I think we're actually going to put, I think maybe we'll attach these 2 big pieces on, and then we'll save this one for after that. Okay, so we can find where this connects. This connects, aha, over here somehow. Beauties. Okay, I've already done my dry fit, so no fits. I'm just going to get some glue on this edge. Okay. Oops, went a little too far on the right side, but that's okay. Okay, you really got to work these to pop them in properly. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is this one next. That means glue up to about here. All right, let's get the glue on there. Gosh, this thing is huge. I love it. Because I actually think it's going to be, despite the fact that it's huge, I actually think it's going to be very, I'm going to put some glue on this edge too. Give some structure in the middle. I think it's going to be highly, highly, highly practical for 8th Ed 40K. Also, what's cool about it, what's really going to make it work, is that it's much, much bigger on top than it is on the bottom. So at the bottom end, it's not actually going to take too much up of your gaming table, but it'll give you great dynamic vertical range for your tabletop, which would be very sweet. Okay, good. Now, because, let's see where this piece ends up being. Okay, so over here. So the hole is actually on the outside. So I could probably get underneath. Just sitting down to have a look here. I think I may just glue this piece on entirely and figure it out from the bottom, because there's no gap, which means I know that that piece doesn't need to go inside this at all. So, oh, what I do want though is glue on all these sides. Again, for that stability on the roof. Okay. Okay. Wow. Like, it's just so big. Okay, perfect. So, let's line this up right here. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we can come at this with fresh eyes. So this only goes in a certain way, right? This way. Now this, so much easier. So it looks like that's the way to do that. Okay. Even probably just gonna hold this here. Just stick some glue on it like that. I get some real close to the edge as well, like the inside edge, you know? Because then I can just plop. The heck, how did this go again? There we go, plop that on. And let's get this little handle going. There we go. Oh boy, coming together. Okay, wow, that was quite a feat. So, man, amazing. Look at that. Beautiful structure. Okay, wow, so much detail, very cool. So now it looks like there's this huge, what do you call it? I don't know, suspension system. I don't know, just support structures, lattice structures that go on the sides. So let's cut all of those out, step 34, step 35, and get ready to assemble that part of it. Be right back. And we are back. So here's these, you know, I-beam lattice structures. And so just go through and very carefully punch out the pieces to match and slot them all in. Now what I've done is I've just dry fitted them all. These aren't glued yet, and I've just kind of laid them there, because what I think I'm going to do, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's just do this. What I think I'm going to do is just squirt glue in the sides here. You know what I mean? And if you go from underneath, then you're globbing glue in an area that won't get seen. Yeah, so just make sure every single piece has it. And then you're good to go. So then what I'll do is just put a little bit of glue on the top of the skinny pieces. Oops. Get back in there. Beauties. Glued so much tack, I just pulled a little piece out of its spot. Ha-ha! Okay. So there we go. So that went pretty quick, right? And now, just slot this guy. Ooh. Yeah. Just realized something. This is the second one, the bottom one. Ooh. Well, yeah. Let's just do this. Little piece. Get it in there. There we go. Pop, pop, pop. Pops all around. There we go. Beauties. So one of them, you want the taller bit on the outside, and then the other one you want it on the other side, because they're each going to go onto this structure where this hole is in the roof. They're going to kind of slot in like so, I think. How exactly is it? Yeah, something like that, right? So there you go. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's do the same thing with the other one, which now I'm just going to check. I actually need this to be the other way around. Well, in that case, what I'll do is put the glue here. All right. And that'll switch the orientation over. Okay. You see, you just have to be very, very careful, right? Because I almost glued them both the same way, which would have really screwed me up when I tried to attach them to something. Right? Okay. Now, here we go. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Again, fitting it is a tricky part, but work from one side to the other. Slowly get all them pieces lined up. Boom. Okay, there we go. 2 I-beam structures. Amazing. Okay. And so now we can attach these in here. So very carefully. Yeah, just get some, yeah, guaranteed that this bit, the taller one, is on the outside, okay? Glue, 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 glue. Okay. Now there's little slots in the cracks in the wall for this to go onto. So just line them up with that. Okay. Good, good, good. What I'm actually going to do, pull it out just a bit, put some glue in that corner. I'm just going to come in behind here. Okay, just stick some glue right in this corner as well. Amazing. Okay, and this time, preemptively stick some glue in this corner and in that corner. You know what? I'm going to put some glue on this whole edge right here. Yeah, why not? Should have done that on the other one. Then get in there. Oops, gotta get this in that hole. Beauties. Line up those slots. Perfect. Not quite perfect yet. Need you to shove in your hole. There it is. Got it. Amazing. Cool. All right, so let's get the pieces ready for the next step and get on with it. Okay, and the next step is some just lattice pieces to go on the front of this and kind of beef up the facing a little bit. And so I've taken the pieces out and I've dry fit them all, and then it's your job to glue them all together. So pretty simple structures, right? So just some vertical pieces, some flat horizontal pieces. The thing to note is that the pieces that go on the back have, let's see if we can't get it to focus in here, have little clips, right? That need to go facing outward in orientation, so to the outside, okay? Very important there so that they can clip onto those. All right, so very simple construction for all these, right? You just making more I-beams, which we've already done. So there you go. So a little bit of glue. All right. A little bit more glue. Okay. Make sure those bits are going to the outside. Bits are going to the outside. Too easy. And then get the cross beam on the front face of this. Okay. All right, and there it goes. Okay, so there you go. So that's one of them. Okay, so you can go ahead and glue the other two, and we'll be right back so that we can put them on the front. Here they are, all done. Okay, so these guys, you can just dry fit them in here, and kind of line up, and hopefully somehow slot in very carefully. Yeah. Oh, dry fit going on. Perfect. Oh yeah, okay, look at that. Oops, I missed it on one side. Now it looks like I wasn't careful enough with my orientation for some of these bits. Let's try it upside down. Okay, this side is fine. This side, I might need to do a slight trim. I wasn't paying attention to what pieces are going what direction here. So I'm just going to get my clippers in here and just kind of cut that one a little bit. No harm, no foul. Which also means, okay, so now the dry fit is fine there. But that also means probably for this to stand up properly, I'm gonna have to clip this too on the bottom. All right, no big. It's orc terrain, right? Oh, I don't even know if you saw me do that. So basically, I was running into a problem. I couldn't get the piece to fit under this I-beam properly, so I just cut it. Just cut the end off, right on the back end. Okay. Basically to force it to fit. And then, yeah, I wasn't looking at exactly what direction. Up, up, down, sideways, left, right, which, these pieces, which orientation they were showing on the instruction book. Didn't think it would matter, but if you're doing it on your own, look a little more carefully than I did. And so that may affect me the whole way up, which is, fine, but we'll see as we go. May not. Yeah, nah, it doesn't look like that's necessarily the case yet. But who knows, the night is still young, eh? Am I right? Okay, we'll just get glue going the whole way, okay? Okay, I'm almost fit on this side. I may need a little encouragement over here. There we go. Beauties. Okay, so there's that one. And then the last one. Right in there. Yeah, let's get it going upside down. Beauties. That's fit better. Okay, there you go. All right. And some cool I-beam structure the whole way up. Awesome. Okay, so there's this one random piece here, 158. It's asking to be put on the very, very top. So why not? Let's get it going. Okay. Oh. Like on top of this whole mess. A little bit. Oops. Jeez. Just throwing a knife around. Okay. So it looks like it just goes and like blocks all this stuff off. So you can't see it. It looks kind of like that's what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah. Okay. That's simple enough. I can do that. I can get jiggy. I can get jiggy with it. Cool. There it goes. So now we have a big circle, big circle thing, and another one of these big structures that looks like it goes to support one of the sides. So let's cut all the bits out for that and be right back. And we are back. So we got the big drum. It's basically same thing as one of those circle exhaust vents we put on one of the walls, except a lot bigger. Then you have these cool pieces right here. So I imagine these are like another lattice structure, kind of like that, but this big drum goes inside of the circle bit on the bottom. Super cool. And then these lattice structure bits go on here to help support it and keep it standing up. So and it goes onto the structure somewhere here. Let's see if I can pull it to the front. I think right here. Yeah. Yeah, I think right there. Cool. Okay, so let's just have a little dry fitty. Yeah. Yeah, those poking in the wall, beauties. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So let's do one of them. There, and there, and there. We'll get the underneath bits there. Okay, now let's make sure. Awesome. Very cool. Now let's get the other bit going. Come on, glue. Spend half this video just shaking my glue bottle. Okay, get the underneath bit there. Obviously you want the detail facing the outside again. Oops. There it goes. Oh boy, what happened there? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Something's going on here. So we need, let's start gluing these bits on. We need it to, because it's pushing inwards. I don't know what's going on there, so we need at least a couple of these to keep it spaced out properly. Cool. Oh, come on, glue. Keep up with me here. There we go. Okay, and okay. Yeah. Oh no. Wow. Take note of that. Really weak joint there. Oh boy. So I just pushed it in by its center joint and it just folded in on itself. Don't like that. Ah. Okay. I'll definitely need to get this piece on to help give it some support. All right. Okie dokie. Just put some glue in the middle, hopefully strengthen that little joint. Beauties. Okay. So, so then go ahead and build this circle bit. You know how these are built. We built 2 of them already. So just do that off camera and we'll be back when it's done. And we are back. So I went ahead and assembled this little, you know, Gidget cabinet. With like a big dial and something here and whatever that goes like on the roof somewhere. So it's pretty simple. It's just a big box, you know, a few layers, some stuff that goes in behind to set, you know, depth and dynamic here. But this big thing is all together now, and yeah, it's gonna be quite a little thing to get in there. Not quite sure how I'm gonna do it, but you know, I think let's just shove it first and put glue on it after. So it goes in this big hole down here. Why aren't we going in? There we go. Okay. Let's make sure everything's lining up down here. Oh, there it goes. Blam. Perfect. Okay. So now what? Now, I think just get the glue out here. Maybe just shove it in. Yeah. Come on there, glue. Must just be running out. May need a new tube. Okay, just shove it in. If anything, it'll look like a weld mark if it's all clumped up. If you apply it sort of cleanly as you jam it in. There we go. Too cool. Oh, that looks badass. All right. That goes on there. And let's get on to the next thing. And we are back. Okay, so I've found that the next step is actually to glue this guy. We got a whole bunch of little bits to do. Okay, actually, so this guy gets glued in to into this right here. Okay, so you can go ahead and just put that in there. Okay, you can just these little notches. It fits in perfectly right there. Okay, so go ahead, stick that guy in there with some glue when you are ready. And then there's also some bits here that go along there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this I-beam side is facing down. Okay, so let's get that going. Oops. Okay, so there's a few of those put on. This little bit is interesting because I think actually this bit goes on the inside. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to stick out on the outside or kind of fill in on the inside, but I think it fills in on the inside. All right. So let's get it in there. And stick that on, beauties. Okay, so these bits are pretty cool right here. They're like giant industrial cabling. Okay. Now, Very careful. Get some glue on there. Okay, and try and get it right in those laser lines that are kind of marking where it's supposed to go. Okay, now the other one, it's going to be a little bit harder because the laser lines are only on the one side, right? Okay, cool. So, there we go. And now, two of these circle bits go together right here. So I threw some glue on there. Put one on, take it off, just to get some glue on it. And then we'll put it on for realsies. Okay, 1, 2. Great. Okay, so there's that. Beautiful. And now actually this guy, let's just do it right now. This guy goes on these two holes right here. Too easy, which I actually haven't put any glue on this guy yet. So let's just do that right now. Beauties. There it goes. Okay, amazing. So go ahead and do these other ones. You have these giant drum barrels here. This is the end caps for those to make them look cool. Okay. So these are pretty simple. Just stick them on the ends. One on each side, eh? Oh, really working the end of this glue. Might have to open up a new bottle. No big. So I can stick on the other one on the other side. Okay, now you have this piece here, 179. Come on now. Sticks on right here. There's a little tiny barricade. Cool. So we did those top ones, we did that, so we just have these two other junctions to do. And then we come around this side. Well, we still have a bunch of other pieces to clip out, but we have some more of these second floor barricades to put up. So this guy goes in here somehow. It's a matter of lining it up. It's hard to get my face over there with the camera in the way. Okay. Cool. And then this guy goes right here. Okay. Fabulous. So finish these other two power junctions and we'll be back. One of them goes right here, and this guy with the faucet sticks out with the fuel pump. So there you go. Let's do it. Okay, and so I got glue on these power junctions. Let's just stick them on. The power cables, whatever you want to call them. And then this tap for the fuel thing, we'll just stick it somewhere raised, you know, a third of the way up in the middle. Why not right there? Perfect. Looking great. So some next steps are, we have a giant cable that comes down from here somehow. So I think it comes out of this and comes down here somewhere. So we'll figure that out. And yeah, let's do that. Whole bunch more power junctures to assemble. So go ahead and just match them up to each other, right? and just get them on both sides. And so, and I think they have, yeah, just one of these little guys on each end. So there you go. Go ahead, let's assemble those together. And here's all the power junctures put together. I found one more actually on frame N, so I had to cut that one out too. And so anyways, they're all good and ready to go. And they're actually they're all gonna come up and over here. So we're gonna take the short end and this guy. We're gonna have one that kind of just plugs onto the barrel, right? And kind of loops around like that. So get some glue in there. I'll actually get some glue in here. Oh, I haven't attached this piece yet. Let's attach that. Put some glue in there. And between this piece and the piece next to it, it's got a slight gap for this cable to just slot into. Which is nice. There's a little gap right here. Okay. I just want a big clump like this guy. Very cool. All this kind of stuff just adds more and more and more detail, which is perfect. Okay, so let's get that one going like that. Nice. And I noticed it's touching here, so I'll just shoot some glue in there. Beauties. And now this one comes across like this. And I think just connects to the back of it like that. Too easy. So I'll put some glue there, in this corner, because it kind of touches there, and on the end there. Stuck to my finger. All right, let's just get the one piece on. And the other one goes. Beauties. Look at that. Just get a little more glue on there. Perfect. Okay. Now this guy just kind of has extra wiring leaning on the deck, and I think it just attaches to this here. So let's do that. Okay. Kind of just get glue on this bottom edge of it. Why the heck not? Beauties. Great little detail there. Cool. So they're coming to life. There's a couple other side bits. We can just glue those on as well. And we got another one for over here. Pretty sure this one goes there anyway. Famous last words. Perfect, too easy. Okay, so now we get to move on to the big stairwell that kind of loops around the side. So let's find all the pieces for that, cut them out, and keep on trucking. And here's all the pieces for the stairwell. So it's pretty cool little thing going on here. And so take these guys, and this is a classic T joint, right? Just like we've been doing already. Stick some glue in there. These are all labeled the same number, so they're all together there. Nice little package for you. And then they glue straight into a little base. like this right here. There you go. So that's one of them. And here's the other one. Beauties. So there's our two bases. And then these guys are going to attach to our structure in a few ways. So one of them is going to be through this this kind of floor stand. So actually we'll start with that. But this is actually also going to attach to our bastion here, or our landing pad. So these little guys, okay, they're gonna stick in here. Okay. Too easy. I'll put some glue on the other side. I just put some glue along that edge there. Okay, I've already put glue on these sides for these. So we can go ahead and we can attach those. Okay, and now, pretty simply, this is gonna slip underneath here, and these are gonna slot in on the other side. Too easy. Yeah, great. Okay, so the trick being, make sure you have your little your spots of the tiny holes sticking out on this side, I believe. Yeah, and because that's where this first stairwell is going to go. Okay, so what you want now, I think, is to have probably both of the printed sides facing outwards, eh? That's what I'd imagine. See if we can't get it. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I stuck my head under the camera there. Maybe not. I needed to see though, so. Beauties. All right. And so now, just cover these stairs and glue right here. And let's get her going. There's 1, 2. Come on now, go in. Come on now, go in. There it goes. Needs a little encouragement, but you'll get it. Actually, may stand up. Let's get a little more. Oops. Don't break the stair in half. Gosh. So note to self. Don't push in the middle, especially on this one. Put some super glue for stability on that one. Or quick note to Tabletop Scenics, make that one stair a little more robust, so the middle of it isn't so weak. Okay, and there we go. Awesome! Wow, that looks so cool. This is really coming to life with these details here. Oh, awesome. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so now we have the next level of this thing, which kind of starts here, right? Goes up this way. Okay, so let's just do one of these. Yeah, like this. Do one of yeah. Yeah, this goes next, because you can see it like turns it in. So you need this guy. Oh no, don't stick yet. Okay. This is the watch Adam fumble around with MDF for 2 hours video. Okay, so there's that. At least. Okay, we can get some glue in the holes again. Get it set up for the last go around on the stairs. Okay. Make sure our top of this is stable. All right, something like that, eh? Too cool. Don't know exactly where it goes, but yeah, something like that, eh? Very neat. Okay, so oh yeah, and it sits on a big piece of rebar. So here, so let's get that set up. So just some glue down the middle. There's gonna be a whole bunch of these later, so pay attention now, because then we don't have to teach it again. Keep this video short as possible. And so, big piece of rebar there, right? Not rebar, I-beam, steel girders, things, whatever. Okay, so yeah, so this is gonna like plug in here, you know. Oh, you can't see. This is gonna like plug in like this, and this is gonna come around and like rest on top of it or something. You know what I mean? So there you go. It's gonna be something like that. So let's get all the steps on. So basically here, you go ahead, attach all the steps. And there is a piece that needs to go on across here before we attach it. So go find that piece. I think it's 201. Or no, did I do 201? Oh yeah, there are these ones that needs to go across. 215, I believe. So 215 goes on, and then we can build this up. So let's get out 215, get all the steps on, and then we'll assemble this together. And we're ready to do this. So I got all the stairs on here, and so basically, kind of dry fit this right here to see how much of it we really want sticking out. Then we'll attach that on. How exactly do we want this? Yeah, there you go. So I kind of had to slip this under, and now it's like really solid. It's really flat and straight. So I want to get this edge flat together, and that kind of put everything in the right place. So let me pull this out. Let's have just a little bit more. Actually, if we pull it so that it's not covering this hole. Ooh, let me show you here. This hole, I kind of like the look of that. So it's still sticking out a bit here. I like that a lot, actually. Great. So, let's see how much of that's really sticking in. Okay. There's something like that. Put some glue right here. And then I'm not really sure how much this is touching. We'll just put a bunch of glue on the bottom. Okay. There we go. Cool. Oh, so good. Look how awesome that is. All right, let's keep trucking on. Next step is you got this tiny little rampart system here. So two layers for each, 2 layers for the cross beams. So go ahead, glue all that together, and then we're going to stick it on the building. Okay, we've got those together, and so now we're just going to attach this guy onto here. So yeah, just glue straight up and down there. Okay, glue straight up and down here. And it's gonna make life simple here. Hopefully. Okay, so that's gonna give us some structure to work with. And what we want is some glue on the tops and on the backs. Okay, and then you can see where they plug in, right? There's little tabs there. So just plug this guy in on those tabs if you can. Oops. Boom, there you go. So just add some nice detail onto that wall. There's most of what we're doing now is just adding detail and stuff like that. So, all right, there's another big section of that somewhere around here. So let's cut all those bits out. And here's yet another one of those, bar systems going just above that that one as well. And so let's get some glue on here. Get some glue on the top and the back, and even the bottom, because now this is gluing onto to this wood here. Okay. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, it's plugging into holes. Are there? There we go. Brilliant. And let's do the same thing. Oh, I don't know if you guys could see any of that. Basically plugged it into kind of 2 holes right here. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, it's just so big. I don't know how I'm supposed to show you what I'm doing. Plug them in those holes there. Awesome. And now we do yeah, I already got glue there. Okay, now this piece is going to plug in there. You probably can't see exactly what I'm doing, but you've already done one with the other one, so you know what you're doing there. boy, come on now. Okay, got it on one side. Let's get on the other. Come on, guys. And oh, getting stabbed by the stabby bits. Pop. There it goes. Amazing. And now there's a little platform on top of this, I believe. Yeah, this piece 239 here. It goes on top right there. Right. Oh, and this piece goes across as well. Right. So just do this guy. Right in here. Ooh, let's glue that on there. Okay, and I have this piece ready, the one right beside it, to do as well. Put this guy on. So I'm always cutting ahead and just kind of doing multiple stages at the same time, you know. Helps work a little bit faster, more efficiently, keeps the project going. Oops. Just need another little pop. There we go. Pop, pop. Beauties. Okay, so let's see what's next and pull all those pieces out. Okay, so now I got this other cool little structure that goes up the wall where the large like bay doors are. Whoa, I should have had it ready. So these larger bay doors right here, right? You see them just barely there. So the part's really jutting out. So it's going to be kind of this big structure here like this that kind of plugs in, and we got multiple layers of pieces here to kind of plug in. So, or to kind of beef up this middle bit. So for each one of them, you know, we kind of got kind of line things up just right. So let's maybe just put glue all over. Yeah, let's see here. We'll plug in one of these bits on the top and bottom just to keep everything in alignment. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, why not? Because these then square away like that. Oh, nice. Yeah, and then everything's perfectly square. So let's get some more glue on here. For another big one. Keep them lined up. Oh boy, I'm excited we're in the home stretch of this puppy. Okay, and then there's one more skinny one. There it goes in. All right, there you go. Oops. And let's put a little bit of glue back here. Kind of got a little too ambitious and got some all over my fingers. All right, let's shove those through. Too easy. right. Cool. And so then this is going to go up here. So we'll just put glue on each of these. Okay. And then I'll let you do the other one off camera. But essentially, just going to slot in the top on each side. Okay, so go ahead and do the other one and set it up right here. I'll be back. All right, so now I've got the other one on. I've got these two little gizmos that kind of float at the top and help attach this little platform. So, pretty simple little mechanism here, I guess. We have a piece that goes up and down in the middle, like so. Okay, so that's on the inside. Then we got two pieces that go on the outside on each one, and kind of these little screw bits slot in. Okay, so they slot in these little guys over top like so. Like so. Just like that. I guess. And then it's almost like a nut and bolt type situation. Seems strange. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. All right. And we've already got glue. All right. Cool. Let's see what these are for. Oh, it's a, I get it. Because it's going to be some kind of elevator or something like that. So like, woot, woot, kind of deal. Sick. I love it. Okay, so go ahead and assemble the other elevator assembly. And I'll put the top on. Okay, so they're both done. What we can do is just glue them into the platform. Simple. Boop. And the other one. And now, here's hoping I can easily figure out what to do with this here. I guess we just put it at the top like that. Put this elevator at the top. Or is it kind of, is it able to go up and down? Let me look at a picture here. Not really sure where it goes. On the picture, I don't see it at the top itself, so maybe it's free to. Oh, I see. They put it kind of in the middle. Hopefully, we can encourage it down a little bit, at the least. Ugh. Get it going somewhere. Okay. Let's see here. What am I missing with this? Let's see. So, can get it to just fit around the skinny bit with some encouragement. Maybe that was... Maybe I'll just flatten these wheels on the inside just a bit. It was just impeding just the right amount for it to not go properly. Not really sure. Okay, so let's get our glue back on here. It's obviously all gone now. Okay. Now let's see. Just push it down. To where we want it. Yeah, it's much more flexibility, but still a lot of tension here. So, This is a tricky bit. I'm glad you're with me on camera, watching me fiddle through it. But must not be that entertaining. But maybe if you're struggling with it too, hey, if you figure it out, leave a comment on this video for sure. Because usually I can see what I did wrong as it's happening. But this, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually is completely cut these half circles. All the way down. So it's just a nice big gap right there. Okay, let's do it on both of them. Good thing about MDF is it cuts really easily. All right. Okay, so we got a lot more clearance. I don't know if it's perfect, but just trim it just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, let's try this now. So now I'm hoping, aha, yeah, it'll just slide in there. Too easy. Great. So where do we want it? Somewhere around second floor like that looks kind of cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of glue in there. Drop a bunch of glue in there. Hope for the best. Press it in. Nice. Looking pretty decent. Looking very elevator-y. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so it's kind of like in motion. Sweet. Okay, so now the last thing is, I guess finishing up with the little bits that go here, and then making a whole bunch of what's it called, of these guys. So the I-beams. So why don't you just go ahead and just build all those, all the ones that go with the rest of the kit, and yeah, just fish out all the pieces that go that go here, and put those on, and then we'll be back for the end where they're asking us to put a whole bunch of armor plates on top. So we'll walk through that together. And yeah, so assemble all your I-beams and find all the pieces, the metal plating that goes on top. Let's do that. And we are ready to glue the last little bits on. So we got yeah, got some bits to glue on right here, here, and here. Okay, so I think definitely this guy goes over there. And all this is, of course, giving us the basis for attaching these I-beams as well, because I got the little slits in there, which is cool. There you go on that. And okay, now I have all the I-beams I could ever desire or want. Yes. Okay. So what am I going to do here? Well, I guess we'll just attach them on kind of random, won't we? I don't know if I like the idea of the glue all rubbing off on the front. So maybe. Oh, we got this random little guy to glue on. I don't know why I just left it there, but anyway. Now you're on. But what I think I'm gonna do is kind of take this guy off camera real quick. I'm just gonna put glue on the underside of each I-beam slot, but there's just not enough room to leverage this upside down on the desk. So there you go. That's just how it's gonna go right now. Get a whole bunch of glue going, and then I'll put it back. But I mean, you guys get the idea. It's not like you really need to see me put glue on it, but I'm just putting glue in line with where these I-beams would be. Ah, there's one more sneaky one right there. Okay. So now I can just slide these on willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? That, oh yeah, that's looking cool, right? So that's what you want. Some slick looking I-beams on each one. Yeah, maybe I'll just put a little bit of glue on each one of these. Just in case, you know? Yeah. That's good. Oh, this one's gonna have to go right in there. It's blocking the stairs. Cool. Yeah, this is just adding so much to this, making it really pop. Love too with them like hanging over the stairs here. It's really sweet, adding a great effect. Okay, I know I said we were gonna do the armor panels, but we'll probably wait and do those in a minute. Because I just haven't cut them out yet. I was just getting so excited for all this stuff. Almost there. Cool. A few more. Our last two, actually. One and beauty's last one. So good. Amazing. All right, so that's those. And now we got a bunch of 258p, just a bunch of armor plates to cut out and put around this top plate here. So I'll cut them out and be right back. Okay, I've zoomed out a little bit and I've got this pile of armor platings. And basically, I'm not going to cover up as many of these dots here as we can, you know. So yeah. So just kind of take these and just shove some glue on and anywhere that's gonna look badass. Oops. There we go. Nice little guy. Yeah. Digging that. Let's see here. Maximize this. Also don't want to block that hole there because that's kind of cool. This goes all the way through. So it's neat, kind of like that. This little guy. Block these two. Maybe this last one will just block these ones here. There. That's cool. Awesome. Wow. I think, guys, we got some of these bits, don't we? What are these for, I wonder? So yeah, all those like spiky bits that we had from previous. Right? Let's stick those on too, actually. Right? Because why not? What else are you doing with them? Stick two on the elevator here. Because that would be sweet. Stick a whole bunch around the perimeter of this thing. Oh yeah. Up on here, because of course, gotta get these tiny platforms looking badass. I've only got one left. Where do you go? Here? Yeah. Yeah, up on this platform as well. Cool. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna get the camera in a good spot. We're really gonna analyze this guy, get some models laid out for a size comparison, and have some fun with that. And here it is in all its glory. Oh my goodness, this thing is so huge. Oh, love it. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Look at that, so much detail. Just a massive, massive building. Wow. Look at that. I mean, these stairs, freaking sweet. Oh man. So, oh, wow. Okay, cool. So what do we got to do? So there it is. I mean, you see it. You see all the detail. You've seen it from top to bottom, start to finish. It's all completed. Let's do a size comparison to some other Tabletop Scenics terrain. So we got the Freak Tower. Let's bring that in. Right here. So the Freak Tower, obviously a lot skinnier, but a lot taller, right? And so standing next to, let's say, an armiger, right? You can see this, I mean, obviously you could block line of sight to 5 or 6 armigers, but this thing, you know, kind of gives a little bit of cover to one armiger, right? And then we also have the troop transmitter, which, again, I haven't painted yet, but I got them here. And you can see size comparison. All right, so definitely a lot bigger. Put that armiger there as well. You can see that size comparison. So this could probably block maybe 2 armigers wide, right? Or this would block maybe, like I said, a whole army of armigers, right? So there you go. So there's your size comparison in terms of other Cromlech terrain, which is pretty cool. Figured you guys would want to see that. And now let's see what it looks like compared to other models. So we got a unit of infantry right here. Just got 5 Space Marines on a movement tray. Okay. And so it sits quite nicely. We can kind of position Space Marines around this thing to see what kind of coverage we get. So they stand fairly well actually on each stair level too. They're big enough, and they tuck in and underneath the stair previous, which I don't think it actually needs it to stand, but it gives it the space to be able to get enough of on top of that step. So that's amazing that you can stand on every single step, which is nice. Each level here is tall enough, right, for Space Marines to hide in. And I feel like, you know, you're not forcing it, right? Like you're sticking your hand in there for sure, but you know, you're not forcing it. Right? So there you go. So there's a squad of Space Marines. Here's a Terminator, right? We got this Grey Knight Grandmaster. Fits on every level pretty easily. Can Terminator base in there? Yeah, why not? On those stairs. So that's really versatile feature actually, that Terminator bases and Space Marine bases can all fit along these stairs. That's amazing. You can really get your vertical height going at that point. Okay, sweet. So here's your armiger. Amazing. Obviously, you know, you got your full line of sight block in there, right? There's no way you're seeing through this building. Actually, here, let's adjust the camera even more for you, right? Like big line of sight blocker, can't get through there. And now we have the Knight Castellan. Bum 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 bum. There she is. Cool. So it's not quite as tall. The Knight Castell and the missiles are just a little bit taller there. It's not bad. So like definitely, you know, you could be behind this thing and be blocked for line of sight for a lot of things that are shorter than this building, because they wouldn't be able to see over the peak. But a Castellan could see a Castellan over top. So let's get this Castellan in behind for you guys. See if we can block them off. Yeah, see? There you go. Blocked line of sight. Amazing. And now just for funsies, I wanted to do this because I have one. I have a Space Marine Fire Raptor who can then land on top. So there you go. There is your finished Kopta Landing Pad from Orkenburg and Tabletop Scenics. Let's close this video out with a little final farewell. Well, there you have it, folks. There is your landing pad from Tabletop Scenics from the Orkenburg series. Your final size comparison. It's definitely bigger than my head. So cool. I mean, so much detail, multi-level, lots of room to fit your hands in there and move stuff around. This is an amazing centerpiece piece of terrain for any 40K orc table out there. Very dynamic. So cool. I'm gonna have a lot of fun painting this. Definitely use some rattle cans on it. Stay tuned. We'll do a painting video on it and the other Orkenburg stuff as well. Wow. Very impressive. Well done, guys. You knocked it out of the park again. And folks, if you like that video, stay tuned for more. We do all sorts of tutorials, battle reports, and all the fun. Gotta put that guy down because I'm gonna break him. So if you like that, to stay tuned for more, you can hit subscribe down there so you can stay tuned for when our future videos come out. And if you really like that video, you could jump down and support everything we do here on the channel for as little as $1 a video on Patreon. So click that, subscribe, whatever you want to do, like, share, and definitely leave your comments. What do you think of this massive piece of orc terrain? Guys, that's it for now. We will see you at our next encounter.
Like a monkey.